Hatred has a bill, and that bill is now due, with interest. The reckoning is upon you. White American farmers all over the country are finding out that hatred is very expensive. They thought it was free. They thought it was just some words, some votes, some cheap laughs and cheers at Trump rallies. But no, hatred cost. My name is Shanda, and welcome to In the Deep End.
Now, I've never been as worried as I am now about whether or not my kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
He said, I love you, Mr. Trump. I need to see you fruit of your love.
5 of my customers have committed. That's how serious that this is.
And what it costs for us to farm is astronomical now.
I farm with paid-for equipment. All my tractors are 50 years old, and I can't hardly make this deal work. I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm.
After a horrible year last year where most farmers in Arkansas Delta lost money, this year's going to be worse.
We made a decision to go out this year in the spring. So my son will not be the seventh generation on my farm.
We're going to lose 25 or 30% of the farmers in this country if they don't do something. It has to be done, and it's not just here. It's everywhere.
All you see in this town hall are faces red with frustration, eyes heavy and low, heads bowed, voices cracking as they plead with the government for help. Preserve our farms, they say. Preserve our land. Help us preserve our family legacies. The desperation is so thick, you can see it like a 2 a.m. fog. You can taste the panic in their voices. Your vote will cost you everything. Your money, your farms, your properties, and yes, even your future. And Arkansas farmers are the freshest proof of that truth. For decades, you thought your whiteness was a permanent get-out-of-jail-free card. You believed the system you weaponized against black and brown people would never turn on you. But look at you. Standing in the same welfare line, begging for the same government handouts you condemned others for. And here's the kicker. The so-called bullshit bill said they would deliver some sort of a relief in 2026. These farmers say they can't wait that long. Their farms are on the brink of bankruptcy right now. Meanwhile, Trump spent $30 million on that useless, ridiculous military parade on his birthday. And $200 million has been slated for White House ballroom renovations starting this month, September. So let's be crystal clear here. The priority isn't you, farmers. It isn't saving your land. It isn't preserving your heritage and your legacies. The White House's priority is marble floors and chandeliers. That's where our money is going. And that's what you voted for. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say the mule in the room. When black and brown families ask for help, when single mothers in the inner cities plead for help with food, rent, and basic necessities, your mantra has always been the same. No handouts. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Stop depending on the government. You preached it like the gospel. You wore it like a badge of honor. But look at you. Hats in hand, heads down, begging for welfare. Standing in line to get your government check. Crying for safety nets you ripped out of the hands of others. And speaking of hats, where are all those red MAGA hats in this town hall crowd? Those hats you wore so proudly to rallies, to the grocery store, out at Walmart, to the county fair. Where are they now? Funny, I don't see a sea of red hats. All I see is shame and panic. See, the problem is you believed in what I call the wink and nod racism. It's not the burning cross kind. It's not standing in the street screaming racial slurs like nigger and spick and kike. No, it's subtle. It's coded. It's the dog whistles, the sly phrases. When politicians say inner city crime, welfare queens, law and order, or protect our heritage, they aren't talking to everyone. That's the wink. That's the nod. The wink says, don't worry, I'm with you. The nod says, this isn't about us whites. It's about them other folks. And you bought it hook, line, and sinker. You thought Trump's code language meant we're only going to hurt them blacks, them browns, them their immigrants. You thought you were exempt. You thought you were safe. Surprise! The wink and nod wasn't the protection you thought it was. It was a con, man. And if you'd watched something other than Fox News, you would know New Yorkers have called Trump Don the Con for decades, and for good reason. He played you like a fiddle and you danced to every tune like puppets being controlled. The wink and nod racism lulled you to sleep and made you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It tricked you into cheering while Trump gutted programs. Not just for them folks, but for you too. When he cut food stamps, you cheered. When he cut education, you waved your flags and said, that's our president. When he slashed farm protections, you grinned thinking, that'll teach them city folks. But the joke's on you. The blade you sharpened has swung back your way and cut your balls off. And now you're pacing the floors at night while Trump is busy ordering new chandeliers, carpet, and seating for his new ballroom. I have a question for you, white folks. Why do you think it's different when you ask for help? When money flows into black and brown communities, suddenly it's wasteful spending, government dependency, handouts. They always want something for free. But when that same money goes to white farmers or white Americans, white families, or white industries, suddenly it's investment, it's preservation, or rescuing the heartland. What is it about that mentality that says survival for you is noble, but survival for others is shameful? Can someone white out there answer that for me, please? Do you guys remember a couple of years back, the government actually tried to give black farmers a sliver of justice? They tried to give them some relief money to repair generations of USDA discrimination. And what did the white farmers do? They sued. They dragged it into court, whining about how unfair it was. They didn't want black farmers to get help. They wanted them to drown in debt, lose their farms, and vanish. They weaponized the system to choke them out. But now you're the one crying for help, crying for the very lifeline you tried to cut from under the black farmer. Not only is that just hypocrisy, it is karma in its finest form. And let me tell you, karma is sweet. Oh, so sweet. And here's the most brutal fact of it all. Arkansas voted for this overwhelmingly. You wanted small government, you wanted tough love, you wanted no bailouts. You got exactly what you asked for, didn't you? You clapped when food stamps were cut. You shrugged your shoulders when Flint, Michigan begged for clean water, for money to renovate their failing infrastructure. You mocked immigrant families fighting not to be torn apart. You had no empathy then. But all of a sudden you expect it now. How does that work? We're all suffering. Higher food prices, higher gas, impossible housing costs. But unlike you, we didn't build this house of cards. You did. You handed the sledgehammer to Trump and said, tear it down. Now you want sympathy, empathy. Sorry. The American people are fresh out. You thought MAGA meant protection for you and punishment for everyone else. You now see you're not special. You're not immune. So when you stand at that microphone, voice cracking, on the verge of tears, begging for help, remember this. You dug this grave. And the rest of us, we have no sympathy or empathy for you. Because hatred was never free. And the bill is delinquent. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.